In a world that never stops talking, silence has become a forgotten language. But within that silence lies a power greater than words, the power to hear yourself. Every day, we wake up to sound, notifications, conversations, thoughts screaming for our attention. We call it life, but is it? Or is it just noise? We scroll, we rush, we chase, and yet so many of us still feel a nagging emptiness. This isn't because the world is too loud, but because we've forgotten how to truly listen, not to others, but to the one voice that matters most. Our own. What is stillness? Really, it's not the absence of movement or sound. It's the presence of awareness. It's that moment when your body might be still, but your consciousness expands, filling the room. In true stillness, you don't run from your thoughts, you become a gentle observer. You watch them rise and fade, like waves on the surface of a calm, deep sea. And somewhere beneath all that surface turbulence, untouched by the chaos, lies a profound truth. Silence often feels uncomfortable, doesn't it? It can feel jarring because it shows us everything we try so hard to hide. Our fears, our regrets, our loneliness, all. The things we bury beneath endless distraction. But here's the paradox. If you can just sit with that silence long enough, it begins to transform. The fear doesn't just disappear. It becomes understanding. The loneliness doesn't vanish. It deepens into a peaceful solitude. The very things we run from are often the keys that can set us free. Have you ever noticed that when you're quiet, your mind seems to reorganize itself? Problems that felt impossible suddenly start to untangle. Creative solutions appear out of nowhere. This is the hidden intelligence of quiet. Your intuition, that soft, inner voice you so often ignore, finally gets a chance to speak. The greatest thinkers, artists, and visionaries throughout history all understood this simple secret. Creation begins in stillness. Einstein called it his sacred curiosity. The Buddha called it the awakening. You might just call it finally being able to breathe. Most of us listen with the intent to reply. We're already forming our response before the other person has even finished speaking. Very few listen to truly understand. But when you cultivate inner stillness, you start to hear more, not less. You hear the unspoken emotion behind the words. You hear the profound meaning hidden in a shared silence. And most importantly, you begin to hear your own truth whispering quietly beneath all the noise. It was there all along, just waiting for you to get quiet enough to listen. Stillness gives you something incredibly rare in our modern world. Choice. When you learn to pause before reacting, you're no longer a prisoner of impulse. You stop reacting blindly and start responding thoughtfully. In that small gap between a trigger and your response, everything changes. Anger softens. Fear loses its grip, and a clear, calm clarity replaces the fog of confusion. In that space of quiet awareness, you finally see things as they are not, as your churning emotions paint them. Our generation seems to be addicted to motion, physical, digital, and emotional. We fill every silent moment with something. A podcast, a message, another scroll through our feeds. We do this because silence confronts us with our own reflection, and sometimes that reflection is hard to face. But perhaps the true strength of a person isn't measured by how loud their voice is, or how busy their life appears, but by how deeply and peacefully they can be still. So, the next time you feel lost, anxious, or overwhelmed, try something different. Don't immediately reach for your phone. Don't try to numb or escape the feeling. Just sit with it. Breathe into it. Let the silence hold you. I promise it won't break you. It will rebuild you quietly, patiently, and truthfully. Because you'll discover that silence isn't emptiness. It's the sacred space where you finally get to meet your true self. The world will always make noise. That's a given, but your inner peace doesn't depend on the silence around you. It begins with a silence inside you. Stillness is not a luxury for a weekend retreat. It's a skill, a discipline, a form of quiet inner rebellion in a world that demands your constant attention. The more you practice it, the louder and clearer your soul becomes. And one day, you'll realize That silence was never empty at all. It was full of answers. Stop running. Stop trying to fill the void. Just for a moment. Sit. Breathe. Listen. Because when the world finally goes quiet, that's when you will finally hear the truth. Thank you for joining me on this quiet journey. If this resonated with you, consider subscribing for more moments of reflection. I appreciate you being here.